buckaroos. This your old pal Gabby Hayes, coming at you with another one of them rip-roaring Western yarns. Hey, you're darn tootin'. Yes, sirree, Bob. Hey, buckaroos, I reckon you notice I like to whittle, don't you? Yeah, I sure do. Well, of course, all the Hayeses did. Now, you take my old Uncle Jackknife Hayes. Now, there was a whittler. He could whittle anything, and did. But he finally got tired of it. And you know what he done? He started to learn how to throw knives, you know, at targets and things like that. Why, shucks, he was the greatest. He got a job with the circus. They'd stand a young lady, you know, up against a wall, and he'd throw knives, and they'd miss her only about that much. Well, he got awful famous, of course. He was the best in the world, and they asked him to come over and put on a show for them kings and queens over in Europe, you know. So when he got on the boat, he had to do a lot of practicing. So he got out on the deck, and he started to throw knives at the target. But the boat was a-pitching and a-tossing, and he missed all the while. Well, he throwed away all his knives, and then he started on swords. Well, he throwed 50 or 60 of them, and he never hit a target. So he just forgot about the whole thing. But when he got over to Europe, he heard people talking about a new kind of fish they was catching out there in the ocean. Swordfish. Yeah. Well, today's story is about a young marshal named Eddie Dean who was on his way to visit a man named Lopez. Well, he owned the Lopez Diamond. Well, Eddie and a pal were on their way to Hacienda when they run across a couple of outlaws dry gulching one of Lopez's men.
Fast as dump, eh, boss?
Yeah, this is just about Avery's speed.
What'll it be, gentlemen?
Where's Bill Avery?
Hey, boss.
It's about time you two got here. You've got a pretty hard place to get to.
Yeah, but it's worth it after you find it. A lot of expensive stuff laying around there that we're going to pick up this afternoon.
This afternoon?
Yeah. Sit down, I'll tell you about it. This Lopez is having a shindig today. Now, when he has a party, he always gets out the Lopez diamond and lets some woman wear it. Now, here's the plan. One of my boys will run off the horses and start a little shooting. While they're chasing the horses, we will pick up the diamond. How do you like it?
I don't like it.
Now, wait a minute, Brad, what's wrong?
Look, you can't get rid of that diamond without me, so stop kidding yourself. You're gonna do this thing my way.
But what's wrong with the plan?
I said we're gonna do this my way.
gone. Take a look in the wagon.
They've stolen the gold, Eddie.
Sure. Soapy, we've got a job to do.
You've counted that gold a dozen times. Put that chicken feed away. You're as nervous as a little kid with the hives.
Let's get off the ass end and finish this job up. Any objections?
Yes.
Listen, Barrett, I'm getting a little tired of the way you sling orders around here.
Try not to be stupid if you can help it. You want to make the old man suspicious?
Yeah?
That trail is as cold as a dead mackerel. Why don't we give up and get some groceries?
Why don't you get your mind off of that stomach of yours?
Let's get out of here.
Dad blame this damn thing.
Well, well, the stable boy. We meet again.
Hello, Barrett. Gentlemen, what do you want?
Why, Avery, that's no way to talk to our friend, the stable boy. Have a drink.
No, thanks.
Well, there must be something we can do for you.
One of Don Lopez's men was killed this morning and his gold was stolen. I was wondering if you'd seen anybody that looked kind of in a hurry.
I didn't even know about it. Did you, boys?
Nope.
Certainly not. Afraid not, Dean. But if we hear of anything, we'll certainly let you know.
Thanks. I'd appreciate it. All right, Soapy, let's go.
Well, knowing the territory, it didn't take Eddie long to figure the Barrett gang for that fella's murder. But he knowed it was going to be mighty tough to prove. So he decided to call on Don Lopez. Now, Barrett wasn't exactly sleeping, you know, and he decided to do a little mighty calling on his own. Only he picked up company and brought him along with a gun in his back.
Well?
Didn't get it.
Fine. I suppose the girl was too tough for you.
We ran into Dean.
I'm beginning to acquire a great distaste for Mr. Dean. Well, amigo, I haven't seen you since the fiesta. I'm ashamed of you, Avery, serving that stuff to a friend of Don Lopez. Come in the office. Mr. Avery will bring out some of his private stock for us.
Thank you, senor. This is fine.
I think you'd better come into the office. What's your name?
Juan?
We're going to be great friends, aren't we, Juan?
Si, senor.
Well, that's fine. Now, I'm going to do you a favor, and you're going to do me a favor. Wouldn't you like to know who killed your friend?
Vicente? Si, senor.
Well, I'm going to tell you who did it. It was Eddie Dean. Now, I'll be frank with you. He's a bad hombre, and I'd like to see him in jail where he belongs. So you're going to tell Don Lopez that it was Eddie Dean who killed your friend.
But I don't know this. There is nothing to show that this is true.
Don't worry. I'll give you evidence.
Sure. We'll give him the bag that the gold came in. When this guy shows up at the bag, it'll be plenty good evidence.
Avery, you're a fool. You've just done our friend Juan a very bad turn.
Some men just rode up. I think one of them's buried.
Well, that's fine. If you're a good boy, Juan, everything's gonna be fine. If not, I'm afraid something might happen to you.
Si, senor.
Ah, good evening, gentlemen. Come in. What brings you here?
We just found out something very interesting.
What's this all about?
You tell him. I did not tell you before because I was not sure, senor.
Come on, speak up.
About Vicente and the gold, senor. I was suspicious of this man, Dean, but I had no proof. This morning in the stall where he keeps his horse, I found this. And then I looked in his room and found these under the mattress.
Juan, is this true?
Si, senor.
Do you believe that?
I'm afraid I'll have to. Juan has been my friend for many years, and he wouldn't lie.
Don't you think there's a possibility?
I don't think you have anything more to say, senor. Get out of my house. Get out!
Don Lopez is something you ought to know about, Eddie.
You heard the man, Soapy. Let's go.
Well, that man's committed murder. He's dangerous. Why do you let him go?
If he's locked up, we'll never get the gold back. This way, he'll lead us to.
You're making a mistake. He should be strung up before he kills somebody else.
Without that gold, we can't move west. Juan, follow them. Go quietly.
Si, senor.
All right. Maybe you have something. You'd better go alone. Juan might need some help.
Sure, we'd be glad to give Juan some help.
No, senor. No, I can do this alone.
Juan, this man is right. Maybe you will need help. Now go quickly.
Why didn't you let me tell him that you worked for the marshal?
I didn't want to tip Barrett off at this point, but I should have told Don Lopez sooner.
Yeah, and that was the nicest, softest bed.
Not that way.
That is the way they went. I heard their horses.
Our poor friend's imagining things. Did you hear horses that way, Avery?
No, I heard horses this way.
I've got a hunch we shouldn't get too far away from that place.
That's the smartest remark that's been made tonight. But I wanted to make sure we weren't being followed.
Yeah.
Let's double back through the woods. Soapy?
Yeah. You don't think they're aiming at us, do you?
We'll soon find out. Why do they have to pick on the little fellas that never hurt anybody?
The killing of that poor fella was the straw that broke Eddie's back. He saddled up, headed back for the ranch, and found something that he never expected.
Look, Soapy, there's a light in that window.
Yeah.
It's kind of late for those folks to be up.
Let's sneak over and take a look.
Why are you doing that? I wouldn't if I were you. Get her gun, Soapy. So it's true you were working for Barrett. I didn't believe it until now. We better take this diamond along for safekeeping.
Safekeeping?
We haven't time to argue.
Was I ever taken in? I thought probably that story about you tonight was a frame-up. But you really made a bunch of fools of us. Living here in this house, making out like you were trying to help.
I can see how you might be a little upset by having your plan spoiled.
I'm disappointed in these two. I was badly fooled.
Reach. All right, drop him. I get the diamond. It was nice of you to take care of this guy.
Who you working for? Come on, talk. Who you working for?
Barrett.
Sure, Barrett.
There's nothing like being held up by two sets of bandits on the same night.
You've had us all wrong. We're from the U.S. Marshal's office, and we've got papers to prove it.
Well, why did you hold up Maria tonight?
We caught her trying to run off with the diamond.
Well, Maria was sent by the Mexican government to help protect the diamond.
We were afraid someone might try to blow up the safe, and the diamond would be safer if we hid it.
Then you suspected Barrett, too.
Si, senor. That's why I went to the cantina.
And that's just where we're going. Come on, Soapy.
You keep the gold, Avery, and divide it with the boys. As soon as we find a buyer for the diamond, we'll get in touch with you.
Well, remember, Barrett, if you don't, I'm coming east. And don't think I won't find you.
Sounds like our friend doesn't trust us. I'm ashamed of you, Avery.
All right, man, lift them. Now lay your guns on the table, one at a time. You first, Barrett. All right, Avery.
Always playing little games, aren't you, Dean? You know, you underestimate me. I'm smart enough to leave a guard outside. But I suppose that's advice you won't be needing from now on.
Thanks for shooting the light out.
Don Lopez went to cover the side window.
Good. Soapy, you cover the office window and back.
Right.
Avery, you got any more ammunition?
None for you, pal.
All right. Throw your guns out on the porch, one at a time. I want to count them. Now light a lamp, get in the middle of the room with your hands up. If you start any trouble, we're coming in shooting. All right, line up.
Stay where you are, you two.
I'll cover these men. You help Eddie.
Eddie don't need any help.
All right.
Don't anybody else try to start anything.
I've got a gun here, and I'm not afraid to use.
No! Eddie! Eddie! I found the gold! I found the gold! Look!
Your dream did come true, Soapy. You found the gold, and I found the Lopez diamond.
You know, when I heard and saw that beautiful Lopez diamond, naturally I started to think about an old uncle of mine. Sparkle Hayes, he was known as. That was his business, diamond. He traveled all over the country just buying diamonds. He had all kinds of them, all shapes, all colors. He had white ones, green ones, yaller ones, blue ones, pistachio, vanilla, all kinds of them. Well, one time he was traveling around, he run across the biggest diamond the world has ever known, and he bought it. Well, took about 7,000 men, 468 days and 22 nights to move it. Finally, he got it to this little town where he lived. Well, it was so big that he had to build seats all the way around it so folks could look at it, you know. And finally, they got to playing on this diamond. Turned out to be the first baseball diamond the world has ever known. Yeah, that's how it started. Doubleday Hayes he was. Yes.